Right, I am live on YouTube. I've got to share this story with you. There's my wife. I don't know why. Isn't she beautiful? But she got home from a long, hard day. But Jamie, I got to tell you this. Here's a little closer so you can be in this. Make me look prettier. So here I am, right? Busy day, but busy because I created it, right? I could have slept all day if I wanted to. So I'm sharing different things about Becky's foot and all this and how she got hurt and what have you. And I go up to the pizza place, and I thought the girl that's been working there for just 3 weeks, I thought she was someone I knew from a couple months back. She looks similar. I'm such a dodo. So I offered her something if I wanted to get her going on, because she's got a lot of money problems, a very typical story of a single mama, right? And so there's this and that, right? This is after the fact, right? So I walk, he recognizes me coming in, right? I say, I walk in there, and there's probably only been 3 times in the last 10 years I've ever carried a little headset for phones on my pocket, right? So I'm 2 steps away from her recognizing me, and she says to her son, "Do you have a set of headphones?" Right? And 2 more steps, I reach in my pocket and I pull out a headset and I give it to her. I said, "There you go." And she's like, just shocked. Of course, I mean, we've known each other a little bit through the thing. And I said, "Well, you should have asked for $100. But she laughed. It was funny. But there's a lot more to this story. I'll pick up on it later. My head's greasy. My hair needs re-dyed. I need shaved, right? Man, I shaved this morning. But anyway, I'll tell you more. But what do you say? Yeah. YouTube, I never do live YouTube. But if you have comments, comment on this. Tell me your thoughts. Go to crossville.biz. It's an amazing marketing company that you can get a franchise for $49 a month. The reason I'm telling people this is that I've only been in it a little while, but I'm signing up people left and right just because I am wearing a tie now. This right here, tie clasp or whatever you call them. And the important thing about that I accidentally left this 5 hours ago at the on the table, didn't even realize it. And when I went back there to talk to her, I said, did I leave my little rock magnet? And she goes, "Yeah, I set it aside back here." So she but it's just funny that all these, there's more to this story. I wish I could share it. It'll probably take too long, but maybe I'll share more in time. But when you care enough for people, and I made this comment to a couple people today, to the coffee shop owner in Smithville, Tennessee. She owns, what's the name of it?
Buttonwillow.
Buttonwillow. I have such a hard time remembering it. I want to buy her a .com called smithvillecoffee.com if it's available. But it'd be a lot easier than Buttonwillow. Give me your comments on that if you have any comments. But what? Okay, who makes us a coffee? So I'm telling the lady at Buttonwillow, we walk in and Becky hurt her foot. Her leg last night so bad that it's fractured possibly a bone. It might have torn ligaments. She laid in the driveway maybe 20 minutes. And our neighbor, thank God, I'm smiling because my daughter thinks it's 10 minutes. And she's like a magnet full of information. You can't get a penny. If you said it was $1.37, no. It's $1.42. I remember 4 months ago. She's a magnet for the details. So maybe it was 10 minutes. I don't know. But she laid there a long time in pain, crying, and not bleeding. The ambulance comes. They call me. I tell my buddy, I says, "Can she get up?" Our neighbor. And he said she can't move her legs. So, well, you know, I'm 30 minutes away with Jamie, and there's Jamie, half the face, much prettier than me. So I'm 30 minutes away, and we come driving home to meet him. I said, could one of you guys go in the ambulance with Becky until we get there? And so his wife did. So, I mean, such a blessing. They're very busy people. We get at the emergency room, and the weird thing is that the ambulance, they should have known this. They call me when the ambulance gets here at our house, like 15 minutes outside of town. We live in the boonies. And they asked me, they said, do you want us to take her to the hospital? Well, one, I already called them to take her to the hospital, but it may be a parental kind of a thing that they had to clear up and make sure the neighbor wasn't saying, take this girl to the hospital. I don't know, you know. So I said, can she move her leg once again? And what's it look like? And they said, well, we haven't cut her pants. Didn't guess at things. Medic was an EMT in 1978. And they're telling me that it looks like, you know, you could take her in later if she needs it. And well, I said, no. I said, go ahead, take her by ambulance. We have the insurance. Take her to the hospital, 15, 20 minutes away. So they must have called the hospital. They did the knee thing. I mean, they actually cut her pants on the way to the hospital, probably by the hospital saying, well, let's have it open. Let's take a look at it if you're on the way. Well, her knee was the size of probably twice as bigger. I mean, it was like, I can't do it. Like, I mean, that big. It was huge. When I seen her knee, it was swollen like not a basketball, probably like a big grapefruit, a lot, you know, probably an inch around bigger than her leg ever was. And, but you know, the rest of the story is we go to Walmart and we're going to get the prescription that now won't be ready till tomorrow, but we can use regular aspirin. And people that we have known, I'm guessing 5 to 10 years, right? We always say hello to them. Some of these people that work at Walmart, you may not know their name, but you have a conversation every couple times a week, right? I was just surprised. We walked through Walmart and Becky was on crutches, and this cute little girl I've always liked for a long time glances at us, glances at Becky, sees that she's hurt, right? Hobbling through the store, and says nothing. She avoids our eye contact and moves on. Well, my point was when I talked to the owner of Buttons and Willows this morning, or whenever it was, you know, I said, people that only care about themselves don't get very far in life. If their passion and their thoughts are everything about me, nothing, you know, I mean, I've known these people forever and they just glance at me. I mean, I've known the owners of Buttons and Wells probably, less than 6 months. You know, they used to own an IHOP and franchise owners, but I was just surprised that what happened, you know, it wasn't fake concern. It wasn't, I thought this is the way everybody should act, but there's people out there that they can work 5 and 10 years at a minimum wage job. And I believe, and I don't mean this offensively, that they get stuck in those positions because they're all, even if they're happy, they're grumpy. They don't in reality care for other people. They're very, anything I can get, I want to grab. And they end up getting stuck in positions for 20 years at a minimum wage. They earn their sown seed by simply thinking that this world revolves around them. But anyway, if you ever want to, I've got it somewhere. It's kind of the same concept that Martin Luther King Jr., look at my hair, that he said, minute and 16-second video I got somewhere about how he felt about the general population. And I'll link to this. There's beauty. No, not good. I'm not really a big, but kind of. Anyway, thanks. I love it that I got approved for YouTube to do these videos. Facebook is a selfish. They're funny. You can't even figure out how to repost it. They're like, where's the address? I don't know. You have to be on Facebook to see it. But YouTube, they pretty generous. And anyway, I'm done.